Have you ever felt that profound frustration trying to coax genuinely brilliant results from AI only to get back something? Well, kind of generic.
Oh, definitely.
I still wrestle with prompt drift myself.
Yeah.
That feeling of sending the same instruction and getting slightly different, less useful outputs over time.
Yeah, down ups.
It turns out there's maybe a deeper secret to unlocking AI's true power than just crafting the perfect prompt. Welcome to the deep dive. We unpack complex ideas into clear, digestible insights, really revealing the crucial knowledge you need to stay ahead.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're diving into a concept that's rapidly changing how we work with artificial intelligence: context engineering.
Yeah, this is a big one. It's essentially about teaching the AI about your world, right? Your specific universe.
Not just firing off commands.
Exactly. Not just isolated commands into the void. We're going to explore what context engineering is, how it fundamentally differs from, traditional prompt engineering.
Yeah, and show how it changes things.
And show you exactly how it transforms AI outputs from just functional to, well, truly extraordinary.
We'll walk through some compelling real-world examples. We'll tackle that intriguing Goldilocks problem.
Yes. Not too much, not too little.
The challenge of providing just the right amount of information, and then we'll introduce a powerful framework to help you get that balance perfect.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of this deep dive, you should have a clear, actionable path to building AI workflows that truly understand what you need and deliver consistent, really impactful results. So many of us use powerful AI tools like ChatGPT or Claude daily, maybe?
Yeah, they're everywhere.
But often the responses feel flat, a bit uninspired.
Soulless sometimes.
Yeah. You might give it a simple command like write a follow-up email, and what you get back is totally templated, generic enough to apply to anyone.
Which means it connects with no one, really.
Exactly.
That's a super common experience, isn't it? The core issue is that AI, for all its brilliance, often operates in a vacuum, kind of like a blank slate.
No background knowledge.
Right. It lacks the implicit knowledge, the tribal wisdom of your specific business, your unique customers, your goals. So even with a great prompt, it's basically guessing. Context engineering is about filling that void, giving the AI the nuanced understanding it needs to stop guessing and start truly contributing.
Like onboarding a new team member?
Exactly. It's like providing a new team member with your entire company's institutional knowledge on day one.
That's a powerful analogy, onboarding an AI. So how does this environment building, this deep immersion, actually differ from what most people think of as basic prompt engineering?
Well, the fundamental shift is about connecting the AI to dynamic, continuously updated information.
Dynamic, okay.
And crucially, integrating it into multi-step business processes.
So it's about making AI a truly informed, dynamic partner in the process.
Precisely. Moving from isolated commands to an AI that actually understands and acts within your workflow.
Okay, let's unpack those two core differences then. First, you mentioned dynamic context. Traditional prompt engineering might put static info right in the prompt,
Like write this in a professional tone.
Right, exactly.
And that static approach, it has its place, sure. But with context engineering, you connect the AI to live data sources.
Live data? What do you mean?
Imagine an always updating Google Sheet, maybe with daily customer interactions, or your CRM system feeding real-time sales data.
Wow, okay.
Or even direct real-time info streaming from APIs. This continuous data flow keeps the AI operating with the absolute freshest, most relevant information.
And the second difference you mentioned, workflow integration. This is where I think it gets really interesting for businesses.
Oh, this is truly where the magic happens. Context engineering doesn't just operate in isolation, you see. It's integrated into larger, often pretty complex business processes.
Like a sales process.
Exactly. Think about a 10-step sales process. Maybe 3 or 4 of those steps involve AI agents. Each agent in that sequence accesses specific, relevant context for its particular step. And crucially, it builds on the outputs from the previous AI or even human steps.
So they pass information along.
Precisely. It creates this seamless, intelligent value chain that moves towards a defined business outcome.
That idea of AI agents building on previous outputs, that's fascinating. Can you give us a concrete example of something that really brings it to life?
Absolutely. Let's look at content marketing. We can compare the output of just a generic request versus a blog post generated with real context engineering.
Okay, so dynamic context means fresh info, and workflow integration means connected actions.
You got it. Real-time intelligence powering interconnected strategic AI tasks.
All right, so imagine you just tell your AI, write a blog post about the benefits of cloud computing for small businesses.
Standard request.
Right, the result, it'll probably be correct, technically sound,
But boring.
but almost certainly incredibly generic.
Yeah.
It's the kind of piece you read, you nod, and you immediately forget. It just doesn't resonate.
That's the typical old way, a basic standalone request. Now, with context engineering, you don't just ask for a blog post. You build an entire workflow around it.
Oh, workflow? How?
Well, your AI now has access to real-time data from your Google Search Console, so it knows the exact keywords your audience is actually searching for.
Okay, that's smart.
It pulls from your customer persona document, so it understands their pain points, their aspirations, their language.
Mm-hmm.
It consults your brand voice guide to make sure every word aligns with your company's identity.
Right.
And it can even access your latest product catalog, complete with features and pricing for specific offerings.
Wow. So your prompt isn't just a command anymore. It becomes something far more powerful, almost like a detailed project brief for a human expert.
Exactly.
You're asking it to write a compelling 1,200-word blog post, maybe, but then you layer in all that critical context,
Correct.
specific GSC keyword data, precise customer pain points, your brand voice guidelines.
And details on your unique product packages, like your starter cloud or growth engine.
Yeah.
Specifics matter.
Right.
The result isn't just an article. It's a profound, highly targeted piece. It speaks directly to your ideal customer in their own language, addressing their specific challenges
And promoting your solutions.
and subtly promoting your specific solutions. That's the transformative power. It moves from just general information to a real strategic asset.
That content marketing example really clarifies things. It makes me wonder, how accessible is this really for an average business? How do we actually build one of these, sophisticated contextual workflows ourselves?
It's actually more accessible than you might think. It basically involves 4 key steps.
4 steps, okay.
Setting up a trigger, adding an AI step, connecting those dynamic sources, and then crafting a truly contextual prompt.
So context really takes a simple request and makes it strategic.
Exactly. Turning generic ideas into profoundly relevant and effective communication.
Okay, this is where the rubber meets the road then. What's step 1 for someone looking to implement this?
Step 1, set up your trigger. This is the signal, right? The thing that kicks off your workflow.
Like what?
Could be a new lead appearing in your CRM. Could be a contact form submission on your website. Or even just a schedule time, like every Monday morning at 9 a.m.
Okay, so the trigger defines when it starts.
Exactly. When the AI springs into action.
Then step 2, add your AI step. This is where you choose your AI model, maybe Claude 3 Sonnet for creative writing or GPT-4 for analysis.
Depending on the task.
Right. But the magic that elevates this beyond just basic prompting, that really happens next, doesn't it?
Right. Step 3, connect dynamic context sources. This is where you plug in all that live, relevant information.
Okay.
This can mean data from previous steps in this workflow. It could mean pulling in linked info from external tools like your CRM or customer support databases, or even dynamic knowledge files like Google Docs or sheets that your team keeps updated.
So living documents.
Exactly. And you can even use more advanced stuff like model context protocol connections that allows for structured programmatic access to potentially vast internal data sources, so the AI can query and retrieve really specific information as needed.
And finally, step 4, craft your contextual prompt. Okay, so now your prompt isn't just a request.
No, it's much more. It's a meticulously designed set of instructions that integrates and leverages all that rich, dynamic context you've provided.
It's a blueprint.
Yeah, like giving the AI a blueprint filled with precise, relevant details. Think about crafting a personalized follow-up email to a potential client.
Okay.
Instead of some generic template, you'd pull in the customer's exact name, their interaction history, right from your CRM. Specific pain points they mentioned, maybe from a knowledge file. And even the latest product updates from a Google Doc.
Oh.
The AI isn't guessing anymore. It's synthesizing current, relevant data to create a truly bespoke message.
That makes perfect sense. But I can imagine a potential pitfall here. Is there a danger of giving the AI, too much information? Or maybe too little?
Absolutely. That's precisely what we call the Goldilocks problem in context
The
engineering.
Goldilocks problem. Okay.
You need it to be just right.
So it's about carefully curating the right live information for each specific AI step, avoiding overload but also scarcity.
Yes, exactly. Making sure the AI has exactly what it needs when it needs it, nothing more, nothing less.
The Goldilocks problem, finding that sweet spot. What exactly happens if you go too far? If you give an AI too much context?
Several issues pop up, and they can be quite costly, actually.
How so?
First, higher financial costs. Most AI APIs charge by tokens.
Tokens, right? Like little pieces of text.
Exactly. Small pieces of text, words, or parts of words. Every bit of context you feed it adds to this token count. So verbose input directly hits your budget.
Okay, makes sense.
This also seriously impacts the AI's context window.
Which is like its short-term memory.
Yeah, basically the finite amount of text an AI model can hold in its active, immediate memory at one time. Overwhelm that window, and the AI just struggles to filter the noise.
Right.
It gets less focused.
So it loses track.
It can lose the thread of your main instruction, yeah.
Hmm.
And frustratingly, it can even increase the risk of hallucinations,
Where it makes stuff up.
where the AI just invents information. Exactly.
Whoa. Imagine scaling that to 1 billion queries, each one overloaded with data. The costs alone. That'd be staggering.
Huge.
So, giving it your entire 50-page business plan just to write a short social media post is, well, counterproductive.
Completely.
What about the other side, then? What happens if you provide too little context?
Well, that leads directly back to those generic kind of soulless responses we talked about earlier.
Yeah, the flat stuff.
There's a complete lack of personalization and a much higher chance of the AI making incorrect assumptions because it simply doesn't have enough specifics to work with.
Like asking for directions without saying where you want to go.
Pretty much. It's like asking for a social media post without mentioning the product or the audience or the call to action. It's essentially useless. The Goldilocks problem isn't just about technical limits. It's really a strategic design challenge.
It sounds like precise curation of context is just as crucial as the prompt itself, like turning AI from a blunt tool into a surgical instrument.
Well put.
So how do we find that sweet spot? The source mentions something called the REAL framework, REA.
Ah, yes. The REAL framework is your guide, basically, to providing perfect context.
Okay, what does it stand for?
R is for relevant. Only include information that directly helps the AI complete its specific task. No fluff.
Got it. Relevance.
E is for efficient. Provide it concisely, no redundancy. Think maybe a one-page summary instead of that 20-page doc.
Efficient. Okay.
A is for accessible. Your context has to be readily available to the AI. Ideally, connecting to live databases or structured knowledge files, it can't be locked away.
Accessible. Right.
And L is for logical. Structured information works best, using clear formatting, like Markdown perhaps, and consistent terminology throughout. Don't confuse it.
Relevant, efficient, accessible, logical, real. So the REAL framework helps make sure our context is perfectly tuned.
Exactly. It's about quality and precision over just sheer volume, making sure you get maximum impact.
This brings us to another really crucial point, I think. Most people, when they first start, probably get this wrong. How should we actually organize and structure our knowledge files for the AI so it's both logical and accessible?
Yeah, this is key. First, avoid what we call the flat file fallacy.
Flat file,
That's just dumping absolutely everything into one giant sprawling document. Don't do that.
Okay, so what instead?
Instead, embrace a modular design. Break your knowledge into smaller, interlinked modules. Think of it like stacking Lego blocks of data.
Lego blocks. I like that.
You might have a company info.md file, a separate brand voice guide.md, maybe a folder dedicated to customer personas. Each one neatly categorized.
And tagging documents with metadata seems smart too, like version 2.1 or audience. Internal.
Absolutely. Metadata is key for organization and for retrieval later. Also include examples.
Examples.
Yeah. If you're providing a brand voice guide, don't just give it rules. Show it do and don't examples of actual sentences.
Ah, practical examples. Makes sense.
And critically, establish a process to keep it updated. Information changes, right? Your knowledge base has to be a living thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can even, in a kind of interesting twist, ask the AI itself how it would prefer you structure your knowledge files for it to consume them optimally.
Really? Ask the AI.
Yeah, why not? Get its input.
So a well-structured modular knowledge base is really the foundation for getting intelligent, reliable AI outputs.
Yes, absolutely. It's the bedrock for truly intelligent, reliable, and consistent AI performance.
Okay, let's talk about some advanced strategies now. Advanced concept 1, context chaining and refinement. This sounds like making the context itself smarter as it moves through a workflow.
It is, essentially. Imagine a complex customer support process. Okay. Step 1, an AI agent extracts key details and maybe the customer's sentiment from an incoming email. That refined context gets passed along.
Right.
Step 2, a different AI agent uses, say, an order number from that context to query your internal database, pulling up purchase history, more context.
Hmm.
Step 3, another agent searches your help articles based on the issue identified earlier.
Building context layer by layer.
Exactly. Step 4, all this refined context, the initial query, the order history, the relevant help articles, is then synthesized by maybe a final agent to draft a highly personalized and accurate reply. Each step dynamically refines the context for the next, building a richer and richer understanding.
That's incredibly powerful. And then adaptive context systems or learning loops. This means the AI actually learns and gets better over time from your interaction.
Precisely. This involves building explicit feedback loops right into your AI workflows.
How does that work?
So if an AI generates a result, users can rate it. Excellent, acceptable, poor.
Simple rating.
Yeah. A poor rating, for instance, could automatically trigger a process. Maybe it saves that specific prompt and its corresponding context for a human to review later.
So humans can check the mistakes.
Exactly. This allows you to identify where the AI stumbled, make corrections, maybe to the knowledge base or the prompt, and essentially train the system to improve future outputs based on real-world performance.
So it learns your preferences.
It learns your preferences, your business patterns, and it truly adapts over time.
This all sounds incredibly powerful, almost revolutionary. But is context engineering, a magic bullet? What can't it fix?
Yeah, it's not a silver bullet, no.
Oh.
Hallucinations, while significantly reduced, can still happen, especially if the underlying data is flawed or the task is just inherently ambiguous.
Garbage in, garbage out still applies.
Fundamentally, yes. And poorly written, vague prompts will still yield poor results, even with excellent context. If the initial instruction isn't clear, context can only do so much. And, it worked within the basic limitations of the AI model itself. You can't make a model fundamentally smarter than its core architecture allows.
But what does it dramatically improve for businesses using AI today?
Oh, it drastically reduces those frustrating hallucinations. It dramatically increases accuracy and personalization in the outputs.
And consistency.
And crucially, enhances consistency across all your AI-generated content and actions.
So these advanced strategies like chaining and learning loops, they allow for iterative improvement and AI adaptation.
Yes, making AI systems smarter, more robust, and much more adaptable over time.
Okay, so how does someone actually start implementing this today without feeling completely overwhelmed? What's the practical action plan?
Right, let's break it down. The very first step is just to audit your current AI usage.
Look where you're using it now.
Yeah. Where are you consistently getting those generic responses?
Yeah.
Where are you still manually copy-pasting information just to get the AI to understand? Identify those specific pain points first.
Then choose your workflow tool. You mentioned a few earlier.
Yeah. For those just starting out or who like things visual, no-code platforms like Relay.app are fantastic. Really easy to get started.
Okay.
If your needs are more complex, maybe require deep integrations across different business systems, platforms like MindPal offer that kind of enterprise-grade power.
Mm-hmm.
And for the more technically inclined who want maximum control and customization, open-source tools like N8N give you immense flexibility, though there's a steeper learning curve. And vitally, start simple. Please, start simple.
Don't try to boil the ocean.
Exactly. Pick just one workflow that addresses a specific, measurable pain point. Maybe it's those sales follow-up emails, or internal social media posts, or streamlining customer support responses.
Focus on one thing first.
Yes, resist the urge to automate everything at once. Mastery comes from iterative improvement on small, high-impact processes.
Then build your properly structured modular knowledge base, like we discussed. That organized information is key.
Absolutely. Don't underestimate the power of clear, organized information for the AI. Then test and iterate constantly.
It's not set and forget.
Definitely not. Adjusting context, refining your knowledge files, fine-tuning those contextual prompts. It's an ongoing process. And finally, scale gradually.
Okay.
Once you have one successful workflow running smoothly, then add more context sources, create new workflows, and expand its reach within your operations.
This really feels like the inevitable direction for AI in business, doesn't it? Moving from AI as just a helpful tool to AI as a true team member.
I think so.
And context engineering in this light is like the essential onboarding and ongoing management process for this new, incredibly powerful team member.
That's a great way to put it.
Businesses mastering this now, they'll undoubtedly have a significant competitive advantage, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest takeaway, I think, from all this for our listeners is that context engineering represents a fundamental shift in how we work with AI.
A shift in thinking.
Yes. It's the key to enabling consistent, high-quality, and deeply personalized outputs by creating these complete, intelligent informational environments for your AI.
So starting small with context engineering is really the path to unlocking AI's full potential as a true business partner.
Exactly. It's the pathway to deeply integrated and truly understanding AI systems within your operations.
So wrapping up, our big idea today. Context engineering is far more than just another buzzword.
Much more.
It's the essential next-level evolution for unlocking AI's true transformative potential within your business. It's about moving beyond isolated one-off prompts.
To building a rich, dynamic, and continuously evolving informational environment for your AI. That's the core idea. And by diligently applying that real framework, making sure your context is always relevant, efficient, accessible, and logical. And by properly structuring your AI knowledge bases with that modular design we talked about,
The Lego blocks.
the Lego blocks, you can transform those generic AI outputs into high-quality, personalized, and remarkably consistent results. This isn't just about efficiency, though. It's about gaining a serious competitive edge.
So if you're ready to dive in to put this into practice, the advice is start simple.
Please do.
Choose just one process in your business where you're currently getting those kind of generic AI responses and apply the real framework to it.
Yeah.
Connect your AI to live data sources, structure your knowledge files logically, and then just observe the transformation, see what happens.
The time you invest in learning these concepts now, it's really going to pay immense dividends as AI becomes increasingly central to pretty much every facet of business operations.
It feels inevitable.
It really does. It's about building AI systems that truly understand your business, your customers, and your goals at a much deeper level.
And for you, our listener, here's maybe a final thought to mull over. Consider how treating AI as a true team member, requiring that proper onboarding and ongoing management via context. How does that fundamentally change your approach to automation? What new possibilities emerge when AI genuinely understands your business in this deep, integrated way? Something to think about. That's all for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be back soon with more fascinating insights. Out of your music.